Hey guys, what's up? This is your boy Alvin here, and today we'll be looking at Apple's latest operating system, the iOS 7 for your iPhone devices. Now, it was released a few days ago, and this review is especially for iPhone 4 users because I noticed that a few of the users are actually having difficulties upgrading their devices to the latest operating system. So, without further ado, let's get started. Now, just a few things before I start off this review. As you know that your iPhone 4 is actually built on a A4 chip, which is a pretty old chip, processor chip, sorry. And if you are upgrading to iOS 7, do expect a little bit of lag in the system because iOS 7 is pretty much built for iPhone 5 or later, because it has a lot of animations in it, a lot of new features, a lot of new stuff that causes the A4 chip to cope a bit slower than iPhone 5 or 5S. If you put it in terms of performance, the iPhone 4 is 2 times slower than the iPhone 5 and 3 times slower than the iPhone 5S. Alright, so if you guys are upgrading it, just make sure that it will definitely lag. Okay. Alright, so let's get started. Now, the first thing that I would like to talk about in the new feature is the notification center. Ta-da! Okay, all you have to do is swipe down from the top of your screen and you have your notification center. Now, in the notification center, as you can see, there are 3 tabs. That's today, all, and missed. In the today's tab, you have your day and you have your date and you have your weather and also the alarm for the current day. They also changed it a little bit because they added the calendar tab where you have your events. If you have any events, it'll be stated there. They also included the stocks, which was in the previous iOS 6.1.3, but in a more systematic way, right? And they also included the tomorrow's tab. So if you have any events scheduled for tomorrow, it will be stated in the tomorrow's tab, and also any alarms that you have set for the next day. Same goes for the Friday, September 20th tab. It's stated that if you have an alarm set or any calendar events or stuff like that. Now, in the new notification center, what's missing is the animation for the weather, right? Before this, they had a small animation indicating whether it was cloudy, it was raining, or it was sunny, or any other weather situations. But for this new notification center, they just made it simple, which you have to tap to go to your weather report. Even the icons are simplified, nothing too fancy, nothing too shiny, just basic, simple and nice in a way. But and that's pretty much about it. About the weather, it's basically the same concept but a simplified version of it. Okay. And another thing about the notification center is that the tap to tweet button is no more. Right, if you notice that if in the 6.1.3 they had a tap to tweet function which was built in right in the notification center, which allows you to tweet without going to your apps. Alright, so that's gone, and I'm hoping Apple, please put that back, because that was cool, that was really cool, that was really easy access. So that's pretty much about it for the notification center. The background's transparent and the rest is pretty much the same. You can see through your icons and all that stuff. If you have any missed notifications, it will be in your missed. I don't have any notifications so far, and this is where all of your notifications are stored. So that's pretty much about it for the notification center. Next up is the control center. Now, to access your control center, what you have to do is swipe down from here, and voila, your control center is right here. Now, in the control center, what you have is a really easy access that you don't have to go back and forth to your settings to actually find all of this access. So in the control center, you have your airplane mode, you have your Wi-Fi, you have your Bluetooth, you have your do not disturb, and also portrait lock. Okay, so whenever you turn your phone, it doesn't changes into a landscape mode. It stays in a portrait mode. And you have your brightness here. Okay, that's your brightness slider, and your player volume. So it's pretty much really easy access. If you just want to play songs, all you have to do is just swipe it up and just press play, and swipe it down back, and it automatically plays all your songs. You also have your flashlight, shortcut to your timer, clock, world clock, and all that stuff, calculator, and also your camera. So that's pretty much the simplified version of the settings that you have a little bit more detail on what you're gonna need. Okay, that's pretty much about it about the control center. That's also a new feature that I like. Now let's go to the camera. Okay, so as you can see, they practically redesigned the whole thing, all right, for the camera. And you have your photo. If you want to go to square, for those who love Instagram, all you have to do is just go to your square, take a picture, and automatically upload it to your Instagram without cropping or anything else. Okay, now one thing that you have to remember is that for iPhone 4 there is no panorama, there is no filters, and that's pretty much about it. Because if you're using an iPhone 4S or iPhone 5, you have your panorama, you have your filters, and a few other features on the camera function itself, and it's pretty much very easy access rather than the previous iOS versions, that you have a small button here that changes from camera to video. But now it's really simplified. All you have to do is just swipe, photo, square, and back and forth. So that's pretty much really easy. Really, the access is pretty much really simplified and nice. So this is where you have your auto flash. This is when you turn the camera facing up, ta-da, and vice versa. So that's pretty much about it with the camera. It's just a new button here, and nothing too fancy. Really simplified a camera version of the new iOS. Okay, so that's about it for the camera. Next up we have is Safari. Okay, now in the previous version of the iOS, Safari was limited to only about 8 tabs, so you can only open about 8 tabs. And this new Safari, you have, oh, I only opened up 2. So what you can do is actually you can open up unlimited amount of tabs without having any restriction. So to those who love opening a lot of tabs and keeping track of it, I wish you good luck, because it's practically unlimited, and also the animation is quite nice. It's like folder kind of a stuff. You can just select anything that you want, and just click it, and ta-da, it's there. The moment you start scrolling, you can notice that the status bar here has gone missing. If you scroll up, if you scroll back up, the status bar appears. If you scroll it down back, it disappears. So in a way, it gives you a really big view of the web itself, and you don't have to always see the bar down here, or even the top part here. Okay, so it's really cool and it's really nice. So that's about it for Safari. Next up is the icons. Okay, now in the previous version of the iOS, and you are definitely familiar with the icons that are flashy and also glossy, right? But in the new iOS, they decided to make it look flat and really simple, and also really colorful. Okay, and what I would say is that in a way it looks simple, in a way it looks nice, but I do have to agree one thing though, that the icons actually follow a bit of the Nokia's icon, if I'm not mistaken. I saw it once in Nokia Asha, that the icons are pretty flat and similar to the latest iOS 7 icon. But it's nice, and most developers are actually rushing to upgrade their icons to match the latest iOS 7. But some of the icons are still in the glossy mode. If you're lucky, that's what you'll have. Okay, so that's pretty much it about the icon and also the whole interface, because icons are flatter, and I would say it's nice, but it could have been a bit more. right? I'm hoping that in the new updates that the icons are a bit more livelier. Okay, so that's about it about the icons. Now the overall look of the iOS 7 is really nice. I would say it's more vibrant, and some of the icons, if you notice, like the Safari here, and if you notice here that everything has been reduced in size. It's not bulky anymore. It's just like a simple line to define the icon, and I feel it's really sophisticated in one way. It's funky, it's clean, nothing too bulky, nothing too heavy. Even the fonts are much more thinner, so, and it's also bigger, so it gives you much more you're able to actually read it quite easily, rather than small and bulky ones. So I would say that Apple did a pretty good job on the overall look of the new iOS 7. It's really clean, simple, easy to use, colorful, vibrant, and the fonts are bigger. The interfaces are much more simple, not much of previous iOS versions, and I would say I really love what Apple did with the new iOS 7. Really cool, but I do hope to see a newer features on the update. Okay, so that's about it for the overall look. Next up we're going to see is the search bar. Now in the previous iOS versions, you have to go to the last page to search anything on your iPhone, but not for iOS 7. Now in iOS 7, all you're doing is swipe anywhere from your screen, just swipe down, and you have your search bar pop up. Okay, and it's pretty simple. Again, just swipe it down, ta-da, you have your search bar. Next up is we have how do you delete your tabs. Now usually when we open tabs, we don't realize that it takes up a lot of battery, and we open a lot, sometimes too many tabs at one go, and the hassle of closing those tabs is that you have to hold, you have to double tap on your home button, and it comes down here, and you have to hold until you can actually just delete one by one. But not for iOS 7. For iOS 7, all you have to do is double tap. Yes, you do have to double tap. You have your tabs here open in the background. All you have to do is just swipe them up. See, it's really simple. All you have to do is just swipe them up, and it automatically gets deleted. Okay, that's about it. And it's really easy access. It's much more simpler than holding down and deleting one by one. So that's pretty much about it about the deleting tab. Once you've closed all of your tabs, once you've done closing all of it, and it comes back to the home screen, just click it, ta-da, you're back to your home. And the parallax feature for iPhone 4, the one where the icons make it look 3D whenever you tilt your device, is not available for iPhone 4 because it's not really designed for the iPhone 4, because it takes a lot of space, and also it takes up a lot of battery usage. So I'm going to show it to you through my iPad. So this is my iPad, and if you notice that whenever I tilt, the icons move. Okay, it goes back, it goes forward. It makes it look 3D, like like the icons are actually popping up out from the screen, and it's a really cool feature, but it's not available for iPhone 4 users. It's only for S and above, if I'm not mistaken. And if you feel that it's taking up too much battery, all you have to do is go to your settings, go to accessibility, and turn off the reduce motion, turn it on. So it reduces the motion and saves much of your battery. I love the motion, I'm going to keep it on. So that's pretty much it for the parallax effect. It's not on your, it's not available here because again, A4 chip, old model, they didn't really want to cramp everything up in here. Now there are a few other features that are missing that is not available on the iPhone 4, such as the AirDrop, even the radio is not here, but the rest is pretty much the same. Nothing changed much. But one thing I like is that when you open when you insert a tab on, like, you want to save it, like your social tab, right? This has been completely redesigned. What you can do is that you can actually open multiple tabs, right? You can open like this. You can take this tab and you know, you can go to like 5 to 6 tabs if I'm not mistaken. This is something really different because in the previous iOS versions you were only limited to about 12 apps in one frame if I'm not mistaken. There's about 12 apps, yeah. But in the iOS 7 you can practically make it like these tabs here. You can actually just keep on putting into your social network, and it keeps growing and growing. That's a really good feature that Apple did for bundling your apps together. So I would say that's a job well done right there. It's a really good thing that they did that, because sometimes when you want to add, you have to make like 2 to 3 groups, you know, like social, you have social 1, social 2. So this pretty much just sums it up, that Apple did a really good job with doing this. You can just add on. You see, like I have like what, 4 tabs now. It's like, you know, like 4 tabs, and even 5 or 6 doesn't really matter. So it's really good, and I really love that part of the feature. In terms of battery saving, it's really nice. Again, it does lag a bit from time to time because it's a slow processor, but I find it really fun. I'm happy that I upgraded it, and I'm enjoying it. To those of you who have iPhone 5 or who are getting iPhone 5s, guys, do enjoy your iOS 7. It's definitely worth it. I would suggest not to listen to any rumors or negative reviews, because it all comes down to the person itself, whether they like it or not, because some may prefer it the other way, some have different preferences and all that. But I enjoyed it. I really like it. It's fun, you know, it's easy to use, nothing to, you know, it's not as hard as people said it would be. But yes, I would say that for the iPhone 4 there are a few features that are missing. So that's about it for the review on iPhone 4 iOS 7. I explained it earlier in the video, where, you know, it's an old chip. So you guys, if you guys want to upgrade, take a bit of time, think about it. Like, it might slow down your phone. So that's about it. I'm gonna take off now. I'm gonna enjoy my iOS 7. I will see you guys in my next video. Alright, take care guys. See ya. Hey guys, if this video relates to you or your friends in any way, don't forget to share it with them or anyone that you know. And also, don't forget to leave your comments and also your likes. If you guys want to follow me on my Facebook, it's right here, and also my Twitter, and not forgetting my Instagram. And most importantly, don't forget to subscribe to us for more funny videos, reviews, and also advices. Alright guys, if you guys want to check us out for our previous videos, it's right in the section below, alongside our travel vlogs. Until next time then, I will see you soon.